What is up, guys? This is TiensiNoAkuma here with another tips and tricks. Due to popular request, this tips and tricks will be covering how to counter Teemo. So yeah, here we go. Teemo is a very annoying champion to play against, but a very fun champion to play as. He's a very unique champion because no one else in the game has the ability to blind your enemy and also put down traps that give you vision, slow the enemy, and deal high amounts of AoE damage. So again, shrooms are one of his higher strengths. He can cripple auto attackers with his blinds, and he has high mobility. As for his weaknesses, he's naturally a very squishy champion. He has no reliable escape spells, and he has no sustain when he's in lane. So some direct counters to Teemo would include Pantheon, Talon, and Akali. Remember that I try to give 3 counters to every single champion, but there are a lot more counters to each one. So just because I just give you 3 doesn't mean that those are the only 3 counters. So Teemo has a lot of weaknesses in his skill set. It's very easy to exploit a bad Teemo. That is why there's such a huge skill curve for Teemo players. For starters, his auto attack range is limited. If you're within his auto attack range, he's most likely within your skill range. Secondly, the primary thing that gives Teemo an advantage in lane is his blind. If his blind is on cooldown, or if his enemy doesn't rely on auto attacks to deal damage, Teemo will not be able to fight back without getting himself in big trouble. The last thing is Teemo shrooms. They're ridiculously strong with their high damage output and slow, but regardless of how strong mushrooms are, they're useless if you don't walk into them. Always be aware of mushroom locations. A Teemo trying to bait you in a strange path is most likely baiting you into mushrooms. Mushrooms are most usually placed in bushes or on the side of the lane. Remember that shrooms will rarely, if ever, be placed in the middle of a path, because minions will pop the shrooms by themselves. Always try to take a weird path if you plan to avoid mushrooms. The best way to handle Teemo shrooms is to purchase a pink ward or oracles and clear out the shrooms at important locations, such as a ganking path. If Teemo can't shroom an important gank route, then he will be at a big disadvantage due to his limited escape power. Just one good disable spell can make Teemo an easy kill to pick up. Lastly, this is quite obvious, but Teemo has no sustain. If you can consistently out-trade him, he should be an easy kill when he's low. The most successful champions against Teemos are ones with good chasing power and high damage output without relying solely on auto attacks, such as again Pantheon, Talon, and Akali. Try to avoid playing champions with no reliable range damage output, otherwise Teemo will kite you down all day and walk all over you. When it turns to mid-late game, teamfight phase, the most important thing isn't Teemo, it's his mushrooms. They are very versatile. If your team accidentally walks into one too many shrooms, Teemo's team will automatically have an advantage in teamfights because of HP. It also provides an escape and chasing tool for Teemo's entire team. Pink wards and oracles are a must against a good Teemo. During team fights, you have 2 options against Teemo. If you're playing against an AP Teemo, then he's automatically squishy and will be an easy kill to pick up. On the other hand, if he's playing a tanky Teemo, you should ignore him and finish off higher priority targets, like mages or AD carries. Tanky Teemos are meant to poke and be annoying. Don't waste your skills on them. Communication with teammates is most likely one of the most important things that you can do in a game. It's so simple, and yet so many people don't do it. Take this game for example. It's late game and both teams are preparing to battle for a Baron buff. Luckily for my team, we were able to catch the enemy team while they're taking Baron. This would have been an easily won fight if it were a 5v5. Unfortunately, our Ezreal thought it would be a good idea to go and take the enemy inhibitor without even telling his teammates. If he had told us, we could have told him to come back and win a 5v5, or we could have taken out the inhibitors together. Either situation would have put our team at an advantage, but instead, Ezreal's poor choice of not communicating cost him the entire game instead. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys want to see more, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, if you guys have any requests as to what you guys want for the next champion counter, just put them down below in the comment section. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.